Dr. Peter Glidden, your steadfast advocate for naturopathic medicine, curative medical therapeutics, and medical freedom, all three of which are desperately needed in this day and age, in which are kept from your grasp by the overreach of the Food and Drug Administration, the Federal Trade Commission, and the pharmaceutical industry, which owns just about everything in the freaking world. Remember, it's not the drug, it's how it's used. It's not the gun, it's how it's used, right? Sometimes you need the drug, but most of the times you don't. However, for the last 112 years, we have been underneath the jackbooted heel of a self-policing, self-regulating medical mafia of sorts, which completely prohibits all types of medicine which are other than them to the table. And this is why we have a chronic disease epidemic. Bobby Kennedy wants to clean up medicine. Isn't that great? You know, absolute power corrupts absolutely, so there will be corruption. There is corruption. The medical industry in this country is rife with corruption. However, think it through. If Kennedy is successful at, cleaning up the corruption that exists inside of conventional medicine, what's that going to do? That's going to give people easier access, more affordable access to MD-directed pharmaceutical medicine, which is non-curative. You get it? Your medical doctor may be the nicest person that God ever created, but your medical doctor doesn't practice medicine. They practice allopathic medicine. And allopathic medicine is great for trauma care, military field medicine, surgery when it's necessary, the complications of childbirth, and dentistry, maybe. But for everything else, it's horrible. How do I know that? Because since we have been under the tutelage and care of the MDs for over 100 years, our health is in the crapper. It's their fault. They're not sadistic human beings. Some of them are, but most are not. But they're trained in a medical methodology which does not teach its practitioners how to cure anything. So, under their care, nothing gets cured. Everything gets kicked down the road. Kick the can, kick the can, kick the can. More drugs, more surgery, more drugs, more surgery. Rinse and repeat, more drugs and surgery. Then you go bankrupt and then you die. We have a chronic disease epidemic because the doctors who are running medicine are not trained in curative therapeutics, period. Hard stop. The only thing that's going to fix that is medical freedom. However, think it through. Let's say that this happens. They invite yours truly and a handful of my colleagues to the White House. We put together a task force and we legislate for medical freedom. Everybody's happy. There are currently only 4 naturopathic medical schools in the country. None of them teach naturopathic medicine anymore. They teach this weird green allopathic hybridized system of medicine, which is inconsistent with naturopathic therapeutics. There are approximately between 400 and 500 naturopathic doctors in the world who actually know what they're doing. And of those, maybe 50 who have more than 30 years of clinical experience, and I'm one of them. Maybe there are 500 MD homeopaths who know what they're doing, and that is a liberal estimate. Let's say 1,000 Ayurvedic practitioners in this country who know what they're doing. So let's say all told, there are maybe 2,000 holistic doctors in this country who could actually help people to recover their health. I mean, 2,000 doctors, 350 million people, do the math. There's simply not enough to go around. There aren't any naturopathic hospitals. There aren't any homeopathic hospitals. There used to be. There aren't any healing centers. There used to be. But after the Flexner report, they all got wiped out. So even if we did secure medical freedom, it would take 50 to 100 years for the infrastructure to catch up, to meet the demand. So the pharmaceutical industry doesn't really have anything to worry about. Nonetheless, here we are. And so this is why I have the platform that I do. This is why I put this platform together, in order to help this bottleneck a little bit. Because interestingly enough, for most conditions that most people go to the doctor for, most of the time, you don't need a private appointment. You just need to be told what to do. Oh, you've got asthma? Okay, do this for 90 days. You've got rheumatoid arthritis? Okay, do this for 90 days. You've got eczema? Okay, do this. You've got heartburn? Do this, etc., 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 etc. That's why I put this information together on this website and in the books that I write. It's to help relieve this bottleneck, to help take a big whack out of the rock of human suffering, because people are suffering needlessly, man, needlessly. Because they just don't know what to do. Well, here's what's to do. Become a subscriber to my information, learn my information, learn the ropes here, right? You don't just get into a car and drive it down the road. You have to have somebody teach you how to drive it. I will teach you what to do to make your body healthy. That information can be found, resourced from this website right here. LeaveBigPharmaBehind.com. I like the ring of that.